Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for spending a very springy Saturday. I don't know about anybody else, but I saw my first snowdrop today and also a bee buzzing very excitedly around it. So my whole heart is excited. I feel like it's a really great day to be indoors at the library talking a little bit about main characters, tricksters, throwing dice, and what kind of worlds we can imagine together on a drizzly little Saturday. So, hi everybody, I am Luna Alexander. I am a jack of many trades, but among them, I am the creator of The Inn at the End of Things, which is a podcast designed and co-created with some incredible people here in Michigan. We tell stories and find folklore and myths from all around the world to inspire us and to tell stories to help you go to sleep at night. So it is a sleep podcast. We go ahead and find ways to bring coziness into your evenings and turn off our very visual brains as we start winding down for the night. In addition to that, I also am an educational consultant with an amazing company called Astra. We work on connecting toy makers and inventors and the people who sell them from all over the world. So some of my background is in educational development. And when we were initially talking about creating a presentation at my old stomping grounds, this is where the lore all began in this building back in the 90s. I was creating a PowerPoint, and I figured let's talk about ways that we can imagine characters and maybe, for our writer friends out there, some tricks of the trade. But we've been working on some workshops in general with Astra and finding ways to make gaming more fun. So why do a PowerPoint when we can have dice and paper and ways of expressing ourselves and creating some new worlds together this Saturday? So with that, I would love to ask you guys a question, because I have a few that have been keeping me up at night, sleep podcast aside. Let me ask you guys, and maybe not that marker. Who's sleeping well these days? Who's getting a good night's sleep? Anybody? I was just saying, if you are, please let me know, because I would love tips, tricks. Yes, hi, I love your shirt, by the way. Melatonin, yes, that is one of my best friends right now as well, yes. So anybody else getting a good night rest? Okay, I am so glad I'm in good company then. A lot of us, it sounds like, are up at 3 a.m., maybe 2, maybe midnight. I've gotten to the point where my insomnia has gone full circle, so now I am a morning person. It's my worst fear coming true. It's pretty bad. So with a couple years ago, I had some health scares, and I found myself with a lot of downtime, a lot of time to be flat on my back and to imagine worlds, and some of that was spent watching TV or reading things that I really liked. But my whole life I had a resistance to playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was of an era where it was still kind of nerdy, that wasn't cool and fun yet, and it's been really incredible over the last, I don't know, say 10 years maybe, watching that go completely full circle to the point where Madison Square Garden is now selling out, watching a whole bunch of people play on a slightly longer table than this, and everybody around the world is watching them too. And you could never have told 12-year-old Luna, who was staring at the D&D manuals downstairs in the kids section, or not kids section, teen section, and going, oh, I really want to do it, but I don't know anyone who knows how to DM. And that was my barrier. And in college, I played a few games with pals, but And they were boys, they didn't do homework. You know, nobody was wanting to do homework. It's college, right? You know, we just wanted to play a game. So the last few years, I've had a little bit more downtime, and I decided, why am I so resistant to learning how to be a dungeon master? Well, and I realize it's a few extra things. I don't love doing homework if I don't have to. It sounded like I would probably be doing the group project for a lot of people. I usually end up getting stuck with the group project for a lot of people. And then I realized, watching, you know, having my students show me some of their D&D lore that they love online and watching their YouTube videos and sessions, I realized I love lore. I love doing homework. I love finishing the group project. So let's just become a game master and see where this goes. So thank you all. I am very new to all of this, as I have literally only been studying with that intention for about a month now. So I figured, what better way to hang out on a Saturday than for us all to play a game together, to explore some of another question that I have for you guys that has also been keeping me up late at night. So here's my other question for you guys. All right. What is main character energy? Can you guys help me out? I'm a millennial. Any ideas? I keep hearing this term with my students. I see it online. It's an interesting question that I've heard from a few people now, talking about main character energy. What is it? Yeah, hey.
Boldness, proactiveness, eagerness, just doing to get it.
Ooh. Okay, boldness, proactiveness, center of attention. I like that a lot. Yeah. What was it? Plot armor. Hey, you know, they just seem to win all the time for reasons, because of often lazy writing. Yes, excellent, thank you. Anybody else? Main character? What are some of the things we like about main characters, or maybe a hero in a story or two that we enjoy? Anybody have heroes or characters they like? Movies, books, TV, doesn't matter. Yeah, sorry, hi.
They can be relatable, but they show a lot of character development, so they're relatable through that development.
Ooh.
Start out being perfect.
Okay, I love that. So they don't start off being perfect. So they don't have plot armor to start off with, right? And maybe there's some growth. I love the character development aspect. Not perfect is a really interesting thing to start with. Anybody else? Some things you love about some of your main characters? Books, movies, television, video games. Yes. Proactive. Ooh, I like that, because I think I heard that earlier too. Proactive. And what do you mean by proactive?
Like telling on myself a little bit. They're not bogged down with indecision.
Ooh, okay, sure, yes. So we've got characters who are taking action, and it doesn't necessarily mean they aren't thinking things through, but they're decisive. I like that too. Yeah.
They're well liked by all animals.
That is out, yeah, dogs and babies and cats usually is a good tell, right? I love that. Yes, that's excellent. So well liked by animals. Is there a reason why they're well liked by animals or beloved in general? Yeah, Danielle.
They champion the weak.
Ooh, okay, they champion the weak. Yes, I love that, yeah. So maybe they're standing up for people outside of themselves. That's a really important part. Probably also not perfect at it yet, right? Make some mistakes along the way, get better and better at it as we go. What, if I may ask, is a hero? Does anybody, I know I threw that word out, and that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, especially right now, I think. Yeah.
People who are good-hearted to the point of self-sacrifice.
Good-hearted to the point of self-sacrifice. So again, people acting outside of themselves and maybe helping defend the weak, or those who cannot stand up for themselves. I love that. Anybody else?
Looking for the common good
Common good, yes. So there's again this selflessness. I've also heard sacrifice. Why are these endearing traits? Why do we like these? Why are these good things? Yeah. Because it's hard. Oh, it's really easy to be in the center of attention and take up all the space, right? Yeah.
I think people are born inherently compassionate.
I love that. Can you tell me a little? We're born inherently compassionate. Yes, I love that. If we're not perfect yet and we're inherently compassionate, though, is there a way to finding our way into maybe stronger plot armor, as you were saying earlier? I like that. Okay. Any other characteristics? Maybe I'd love to ask your opinion, because I've heard a lot of selflessness. I've heard a lot of things about acting outside of ourselves to defend our communities, maybe those who need us. What are some of the opposite traits? And can those also be main characters? Some of these people who maybe are acting from self-interest. Can those be main characters too? Yeah? Okay. Do we have to like them? In fact, can you think of a main character that maybe you started off not liking and then some of that character development thing happens, a few nights sleeping out in the mud, and maybe we see a character who, I don't want to use the word redemption, but maybe there's a little something that we learn along the way. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we are in the same place about heroes, and we are in the same place, it sounds like, about our main characters. When we're rooting for them, they're acting outside of themselves. When we're generally disappointed, usually there's some of that self-interest that's at heart, at the expense of others, right? It's not just self-interest, because like, hey, some of my favorite heroes are rogues. You know, we've got pirates, we've got all kinds of interesting characters that may be operating very self-interestedly. However, when push comes to shove, they're usually acting on the benefit of other people, right? So I'm going to come back to this question because I have found, again, through doing a lot of research for a podcast, that one of the things that keeps us up at night are the stories that we are living day to day, right? And so it's easy to remember that, hey, sometimes we are caught in a loop, and sometimes that loop is playing at night, right? And that's what's keeping us up at night. And I think it's very important when we're telling or imagining new stories, we have to be able to dream, right? We have to be able to dream so that we can create. A lot of creation comes from that weird, goofy dream that just won't leave you, or even just the snippet of the dream that you wake up from and it keeps bugging you in the back of your head when you remember it 5 years later again. So in order to have great stories, we have to be able to tell them. And to tell the great stories, we have to be able to dream. But if we're not able to sleep, are we able to dream as effectively? Great. So if we're anxious, it's harder to sleep. We're repeating stories at night that may be ours or may be borrowed from other people, may have come into our circle. And if we're repeating these stories, both real and imagined, because I'm very good at adding details to stories, whether they're mine or not, we're prevented from our restful sleep. And that prevents us from creating fresh dreams and imagining ourselves in stories worth living and being main characters that are able to operate with, instead of self-interest, with everybody else in mind too. So at the time of a lot of chaos going on in our world, I would offer that instead of avoiding our main character energy, I'd like to offer that we are able to live as main characters in stories we want to retell. And that maybe that's a focus for this afternoon's game. So, with that, in a time of chaos in general, I submit that we are at the dawning of an age of an extraordinary heroes. we need everyone in this room to become the hero that you know you're capable of becoming. And that main character energy is very much excited, ready, and just needs some new ways of expressing itself. So, with that, I would love to submit that we live in trickster times. And that one of my favorite types of main characters that we come across in our day-to-day are tricksters. So does anybody know of like a trickster tale or know what a trickster hero might look like? Yeah.
Loki from North.
Thank you. I was hoping someone would open with Loki. One of my favorites too. And also I think one of the best things Marvel's done in forever. Yeah. Oh, in Norseman. Okay, so excuse me. Sorry, in Norseman. Excellent. But Loki is a great example of a great trickster archetype. Yes. What are some of the things that you like about Loki?
The cleverness, the flight things, the shape-shifting, the magic. The fact that every once in a while he takes a joke too far and learns his lesson.
Ooh, yes, yes. And this is something that can happen with tricksters, right? Is taking the joke way too far. And now we find ourselves in that wonderful character development that we are all talking about, right? I love that. So yes, thank you. Loki is one of my favorites. Anybody else? Tricksters that you've come across in just shows, movies, reading? Yeah.
I don't remember the stories very well, but Anansi is fine.
Anansi is one of my absolute favorites. Another amazing trickster and one who's left us so many stories that have built other stories and given us other tricksters. So a lot of Anansi's tales, you'll find the root or the seed of those tales in Brer Rabbit tales, in some of our Marvel heroes, in so many stories all over the world. So thank you. Yes, Anansi is perfect. And there's some really great stories of how he is a storyteller and how he loves to trick the world out of their stories. So any other traits about tricksters that we like or notice in these times that we're like, yeah, those are great?
You said traits. I was going to list off the coyote from the...
Perfect. Yes, Coyote. Coyote is a great trickster from a lot of Navajo and southern indigenous American traditions. Also Jackal, another really great trickster character. And again, Rabbit always is popping up in and out. I'm going to submit our friend Jack. Jack of the tales in all of them, right? Jack is always appearing and often not in everybody's self-interest. It's usually Jack's first, right? Anybody, how about any ladies? Do we know of any ladies that are tricksters out there or different types of tricksters? Famously, the nine-tailed foxes of Japan, the kitsune, are incredible tricksters, often able to shapeshift or come up with charming little tales that lead people on very goofy little interactions. Yes?
I don't know if this quite counts as trickster, but Queen Titania, fairies?
Absolutely, yes. The trick's on her in this one, right? But I would say that, yeah, Titania is a great example. A lot of that Fae kind of mythology, the Celtic mythology, has a lot of that very puckish energy. Very, very tricky. Now, why might trickster traits help us in day-to-day worlds? I mean, most of us aren't probably stealing. Hopefully, behind everybody's back. Most of us hopefully are not lying to get, our brother's fortune. So how can some of this energy help us? And then I promise we're getting dice out in just a second, guys. But setting some stages. Yeah. Survival. Excellent. Can you tell me about survival?
The attitude and mindset we can use to make it through.
I love that.
Revolution.
Yes, revolution, tenacity, saying no to what is established as inevitable. Yes, there's a lot of punching up with our trickster friends, yeah? Anybody else?
Add comedy to our situation.
Gotta laugh. Often that's one of their superpowers, right? These tricksters come in and add a laugh to something and everybody suddenly figures out a new way of looking at things. I love that, yeah.
Finding out about another person's character is how you find out who you are. So like Yoda and Luke Skywalker.
I love this. things are maybe not always what they seem. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Or like presenting themselves one way. You know, I think of Yoda in like the very beginning, and he's annoying, and this little like goblin who's eating all his food, right? And he just wants to get out of the mud. And then it turns out, oh, he was the wise one all along, you know? Actually, that's one of my favorite tropes in when I'm reading something is when, oh my gosh, they turned out to be super smart all along. I love these traits. I think these are really great to start working with. So while we've got this kind of soup of ideas going on about just different things that we think are interesting, things we think are relevant to main characters, and things that we would love to maybe explore a little further, but not be bored by, I would love to go ahead and ask everybody to grab a clipboard and the piece of paper, and if you look, there is a 6-sided dice. You're welcome. It's just one, and it's just 6. So we'll go ahead and start. Everybody has a 6-sided dice, a piece of paper, and hopefully a pen or pencil right in front of you. I'd like everyone for just a moment, no matter what your Saturday has been before this, to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and take that deep breath out. Let's do it one more time. In and out. We're going to do it one more time. And when we breathe in, we're going to hold it for a count of 6, and then we're going to let it out. So in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, as you open your eyes, I know we are on a stage at the moment. There is lovely lighting in pink and blue. But as you closed your eyes, you also, a part of you, found yourself on a long road on your path to a little inn at the crossroads of your mind. The travels have gone long and hard, but you've been making excellent progress. You see that inn standing off in the distance, a rickety, impossible structure with many lean-tos and add-ons. It defies gravity. There's a turret for no reason. There's a lean-to, and many of them. You see horses are starting to gather in the courtyard. A sturdy river narrows its way into a brook, and you stop for just a moment before you enter the inn to splash some water on your neck. You've been on the road, you're a little stinky. So we splash some water on your neck, and you look in the pool of water in front of you, and you see your main character for the first time. Now, with that piece of paper, I'd like everybody to go ahead and write down the name of your main character. Keep in mind that this character is someone and looks like someone who would impress your inner 8-year-old very much. All right, so everyone, take a moment. What do you see when you look in the pool of water in front of you? And I'm sorry, I'm not having the music play quite the way I thought, but there is some gentle fantasy music playing behind you. So everybody take a moment. We need the name of your character and what you see in the pool of water in front of you. Oh, magic. Beautiful. Add any other characteristics, maybe you, hopefully a little less smelly now that you've gone ahead and splashed some water on your neck. But go ahead and write any details that you might think about this character. Been on the road for about a week. All if you've written down a couple of descriptions about yourself, each of you get 2 tools, one for each hand. So I'd like you to think about your character. What kind of tools, could be a weapon, could be a magic flute, could be a pen. Let's go ahead and keep these tools non-technology device related. So your tools operate by magic. They do not operate by technology. Yep. All right, everybody's got a couple of ideas, it looks like. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to add a couple things we're also going to add to our pages here. Brilliant. All right. Everybody's got a few tools. Everybody has a tool, one for each hand, yes? Excellent. And everybody's got a couple of things about their main character. Again, you're reflecting for a really long time in this pool. You're really having a moment here. And then I'd love to give those who are there, you each get a special ability. This ability can be anything that you've secretly wanted as a secret skill. Maybe you can turn invisible. Maybe you're super charismatic. Maybe you can fly. Maybe you can see in the dark. I'd like you to give yourself a superpower right now. Perfect. Alrighty. Is anybody getting close with their character? Does anybody have all of the answers that I just gave? So that was a character name, a description. Everybody gets 2 tools or weapons or whatever you'd like, and then a special superpower. Does everybody or anybody have all of those? Do you want to share a couple of the, not everything, just maybe one thing that you thought was kind of cool about yourself that you found? Yes. A knife and a compass. Oh, I like that. Very, very smart. A compass to help guide your way, and a knife is such a practical tool. I love it. Looking into the water, you remember a flash of something precious to you from your distant past. A glimpse of your childhood. Days of comfort and joy. You can't quite remember exactly what it was. It's lost in the fog of your memory. Shaking your head, you go up to the front door and you open the heavy, creaking wooden doors around you. And the warmth of the fire draws you in. You can smell cinnamon, sage, old leather, and of course the smokiness of a good fire roaring in the fireplace. As one of the more familiar hugs or most familiar voices wraps itself around you like your favorite blanket. The innkeeper pulls you in and sizes you up. Welcome. I saw the geese flying south yesterday, and I told Kath I felt a sea change in the air. Right on cue. You arrive at the head of a gaggle of geese the next day. As you can see, we are quite busy, and the geese have all come before you. Come in, make yourselves comfortable. The roads have thawed out and brought quite the collection of miscreants to the last homely house at the crossroads of your mind, the inn at the end of things. There's hot pear cider making its way and its rounds near the fire, and there are quite a few new faces for you to get yourselves acquainted with. Drop your luggage over there by the door. My word, you're carrying enough weight on those shoulders to sink a barge. I'll bet 2 to 1 half of that baggage wasn't yours to begin with either. Probably picked it up from the opinions of everyone else around you. Well, the world has had its way with you lately, hasn't it? Let's take a moment to breathe, have good food and cheer with good people, and introduce yourself to the other good folks in this room. You'll share your troubles with good folk of all the same mind. Now, I never forget a face, but let's see. Your name has escaped my tongue, and I just can't find it, hanging around and hiding around back somewhere. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Yes, I am Serva and Elkin.
Excellent.
Serva and Elkin.
Serva and Elkin. Excellent. 2 characters. Beautiful. Can you tell us a little about yourself, Serva?
Beard of white, long nose, wide wrinkles, light blue cloak.
Welcome. That particular shade of blue is fantastic for the spring.
Carry a fishing pole and a
Danielle
wand.
can bring a mic around.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Excellent. Yes, we have a bit of a hearing charm to amplify your voice here for all of us to hear in the common room. Go ahead.
Fishing pole and a wand, and my superpower is water divination.
Ooh, excellent. So are you able to see the future in pools of water?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little of the water divination powers that you have discovered?
Like prophetic stuff and guidance and abilities and looking into the truth about people and creatures.
I love that. Excellent. We are well in need in these times. Fantastic. And you had another character, I believe, the person next to you.
Elkin.
Yes, Elkin.
Brown hair, pointy ears, sharp chin. He's wearing a cloak. Carry a dagger and a spear.
Excellent, excellent. So well armed and well prepared, and also well cloaked. We love a good cloak in the spring for this fake spring we're having. Now, would you be willing to introduce yourself to maybe somebody else in the tavern? Anybody else like to share their character? Don't worry, we'll be all playing with them very shortly, so we'll all need to know your abilities and skills. Beautiful. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Ron Swanson. I carry a multi-tool knife and an axe, and my superpower is I animate wood objects and bring them to life.
Ooh.
I'm wearing an overall. I have a mustache. I am in my 50s with some gray hair start to show. Yeah.
An incredible builder, I can tell already, and an impressive mustache, truly, that leaves all other competition behind. Excellent, excellent. Elkin, can you remind me your special ability?
I can
Ooh, harden clothing into armor. That is an excellent skill, a fine tailor. Anyone else like to share something that you've created? Yes, excellent. Hello.
Hello, my name is Aura, but don't be fooled by my rainbow long hair and my cuteness. I come from a very cold and magical land. That's why I'm wearing this Fauci cloak.
Ooh, beautiful.
I have two objects in my hand, a magic powder and a double axe.
Ooh.
And just beware of me because I mimic other powers.
So, if you don't mind my asking, do you have to see or be around another power in order to mimic it?
Not really. I just
Ooh.
need to touch you.
You just have to touch it. Okay, I love that. That's fantastic. Anybody else? We can, of course, have some surprise skills pop out during our encounters. But if we do have a couple of other people who would like to introduce themselves around the common room, I know it's a bit shy, but the cider is good and warm.
My name is Kai. I have a scar over my left eye, and my eye color is a golden brown. I carry two weapons, a dagger with an ancient talking hilt, and a smoke bomb, and my powers are elemental control.
Elemental
Over
control.
all elements.
All
So that was our-
elements. Excellent. A very powerful individual has graced our halls this evening. Tell me about your talking knife.
It is a cursed ancestor of the rival lineage of the current royal house.
Excellent. Does it like to talk back?
Yes.
Oh, good
That's what
Lord.
makes it fun.
Oh, Lord. I'll write down your knife here as well so that we also have some abilities for them. It likes to talk back. Never lets you finish a sentence. I know the type. All right, everybody, it's wonderful to have such fantastic people gathered around in our common room. Again, this has been the most thought out we've had since our winters have been colder and longer these days. You see, there is an ancient tomb nearby, the tomb of Caracas. And unfortunately, for many years now, we have had an odd group of folks that have been gathering at this tomb up to no good, I tell you. The cult, I believe, as far as Kath wants to say it. Now, I don't think that's nice to talk about other people's religions that way, but I do say that really, once you're hanging out in a spooky old crypt for most of your days and you come back looking like your garments are all disheveled and maybe covered in some undead goo, well then, you know, if the shoe fits, then let the wearer wear it. And the cult of Amanthra is certainly wearing that shoe, isn't it? So you have come on the best possible day to help us get warm from our long, cold winter. And I'd like everyone to take out that little dice that you have now in front of you. Take out that dice. If it falls on the floor, that is okay. We are going to now roll for something called initiative. Before we get too far, I'd like everyone take out your dice. We're going to roll once. I jumped the gun a little bit before we rolled initiative. So, excuse me, guys. We're going to go ahead and roll once. Everybody have a number that they've gotten? Excellent. That is now your strength number. We're going to go ahead, and if you'd like to write on your paper an S or strength, whatever helps you remember, whatever number you just got is how strong you are. So if you have a 1, that's okay. Probably not carrying a lot of armor around. Some excellent room for that character development we were talking about. Maybe doesn't hit the gym as often. The next thing we will be rolling for is dexterity. You could go ahead and roll, or you can write D on your paper. Whatever you get next is going to be your dexterity. This is how quick are you? How able are you to not bump into tables that are right next to you? Are we able to dodge, duck, and avoid? Also, is our balance good? Are we able to tiptoe across walls and into different spaces? Next, we're going to roll for our Constitution, which is a C. If you'd like to write down C or Constitution, whatever helps you remember. Constitution. This is... You got the same number as before. Excellent. So what was your number 4? Yep, just write the same one. Now, if somebody's rolling all 6s, good for you. That's not a lot of room for character development, but we'll get there. Maybe you're practically perfect in every way. And we were very excited. Ron Swanson, I know that that's tough for you sometimes, being practically perfect. There you go. He's very quick with his fingers, maybe not lifting everything. Our Constitution, this is how tenacious, I think you used the word earlier, tenacious. How able are we to survive things? How able are we to muscle through, grit through? Now we're gonna roll for our intelligence. Or intelligence. This is going to, and I want to explain, because intelligence and wisdom are 2 things that seem very similar to each other, unless you've played role-playing games before. Intelligence is your book smarts. We are in a library. How much of this library have you absorbed? The studying that your character may have done, the book smarts they may have picked up. Perhaps they are a courtly person. Perhaps they know the rules of society very well. Many of our wizards, our sorcerers, our paladins are often well-versed in our intelligence. Now, we have wisdom. We're going to roll for wisdom. Wisdom is our instinct. It's a little different from intelligence. Wisdom is our ability to perceive things, to know what's going on, to observe the world around us. So, a very important skill. Lastly, everyone's favorite, charisma. How much fun are you at parties? Let's find out with the roll of a dice, shall we? Charisma, how well does your character talk to people? How well do they persuade people to their side or opinion? Excellent. So once we have each of these 6 skills that you will be applying throughout the rest of our game, go ahead and raise your hand. Just want to make sure we have everybody. Wonderful. Excellent. Now we are finding ourselves back in the common room, and we've rolled our dice, and we've had a good long think about our skills and what we come to with at the table. Now I would like everyone to take that dice again. We're going to roll. Excellent. Now, whatever number you have, I'd like you to add the number you got for your wisdom. Whatever number you have right now on your dice, add the wisdom number to it. Excellent. And with that, did anybody reach a number? Let's see, we've got 6. Did anybody reach a 10 or higher? Excellent. So, with our friends, we got a 10 or higher. Can you tell me your number? 11. Excellent. 11. 10. Excellent. So, we have our 2, and what was your character's name? Yes? Snack? Oh, I love that name. You will get along very well here. Snack, and then what was your character's name? Ren, thank you. Snack and Ren have been passing along and eating some ginger snaps in the back, letting everyone else talk to each other, and they look over in the corner. One person who has not said a single word to anybody and is looking very mysterious over by the fireplace. You both take a moment, Ren and Snack, and you share a ginger snap cookie together as you take in this mysterious hooded stranger over by the fireplace. What do you say to each other? Do you choose to go say hello? Excellent. Wonderful. So, Our two intrepid friends, Ren and Snack, approach a mysterious hooded stranger into the corner over by a fireplace. This stranger is hiding their face from everyone else, and there is, you can see, caught in the firelight, an eerie-looking mask that they are wearing over their face, primarily hiding their eyes. The stranger speaks to you. What are you looking at?
We noticed a new face at the head. We came to introduce ourselves.
That sounds very nice.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. What do you want?
Nothing.
Oh, good. My favorite kind. How about you? What do you want? Other than, oh, you wanted to introduce yourself. Yes, yes. Oh, excellent. All right. Well, it is good to meet you. I am Marlagor, the mysterious. I know. It's pretty terrible. Now, you see this mask? I can see you staring. That's all right. That's all right. You see, I've gotten a terrible wound. I was in a great battle with a large and mighty foe, a wizard of terrible consequence, and a member of the Amanthra cult that lives nearby. You see, they wounded my eye. He lifts up an eye patch and you see something. What is it?
A broken eye?
A broken eye. Excellent. Anything to add on to that?
A broken glass eye?
A broken glass eye wildly spins around the room, looking at everything else except for you two. Margoloth chuckles a little bit. Oh, I see you've seen my beautiful eye. Yes, its name is Betsy. It does like to look at everything. Please don't get bothered if it starts staring outright. I've tried to teach it to be polite 1,000 times. It won't listen. Now, this wound could be cured. And unfortunately, I find myself growing weaker and weaker by the day. The innkeeper, again, taking care of everybody else in the room, but sees that you are both in the corner and comes over to rush over and rescue you. Morgoth sometimes can be a little nasty. Well, I see you've met our intrepid visitor and our mysterious Morgoth here by the fire. I hope he wasn't too impolite. Oh, never, 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 Keeper. But you see, my energy is just... I can go no further. I was going to take the tomb this evening, but I can barely raise my arm. You see an elegantly decorated cane right next to Morgoth. Now he's revealed this information to you, and it looks like a group of us are all starting to listen in on the conversation. Morgoth is, it's a pretty intense eye, and it's definitely been whizzing around at all of you now. So you're all leaning in to hear what is being said. What would you like to do next? Anybody?
Goats.
You want to talk to Morgoth some more? Excellent. Excellent.
Go outside the hotel.
You would like to go outside the hotel. Excellent. Snack goes outside to check on his pet horse. What's your horse's name? Snick
I don't
and
know.
Snack, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go outside to see your horse because Morgoth is a little creepy and his eye keeps spinning in weird spots. The rest of you are listening, and you go ahead and talk to Morgoth a little further.
You said you were going to look at the tomb?
Yes. Yes, they have an artifact of mine that would be very nice to get back. But since they've stolen it, my strength, unfortunately, is sapping away from me.
What's this artifact?
Do you want it for yourself? Is that why everybody's listening around?
Call it
insatiable curiosity.
Insatiable curiosity. We need to persuade Morgoth to tell us more about the artifact. So everybody go ahead and grab your dice. Let's do a roll. And whatever your charisma, what number was, you're going to add it to your dice now. Excellent. Did anybody get over 10? Excellent. Anybody else? Oh, we have a couple over 10? Yes, excellent. What number did you get? 12! Not 12! That's an odd thing to hear. And then what did you get? Oh, no, I got 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Excellent. You trip on your way and knock yourself into a flagon of pear cider, splashing it into the fire. And as Morgoth stares at this very awkward, smashed chalice that is just everywhere now, punch bowl. It's an antique glass punch bowl that is just smashed everywhere. Morgoth looks at you and turns to the very charismatic character in his sky blue cloak across from him. What are you looking at? What do you want?
Morgoth,
Yes.
I see that you're a handsome debonair gentleman. I say, would you be kind enough to just let us know a little bit more about this artifact?
Oh, well, you asked so nicely, and wow, I've just never felt this trustworthy ever before. Would you like to have a sleepover? My goodness, I feel like I could tell you everything. The long-lost brother I never knew I never needed, but you're here now. Wonderful. Well, there is a ring of truth, a ring of clear sight that I need to acquire. It will help heal this awful wound in my eye, this terrible glass eye. It's got splinters now, guys. It's really terrible. And it will help me if I wear this ring of true sight. I will be able to cure this awful wound that is poisoning my blood and draining all of my energy. But there are many horrors on the way to the inn, and I couldn't possibly ask such a dashing, wonderful, charismatic, handsome, and full of extra compliments too, individual to go out on my behalf. I could never put you all at risk.
I'd like to maybe do some water divination to see if we should go.
Excellent.
Or what it says.
All right.
Can I try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let's have you roll.
Okay. Oh, it's a 2.
Excellent. You start to stare into the remnants of the punch bowl that are down beneath you. You try to help him, but unfortunately you break the largest piece that was still had some water contained, or some pear cider contained in it. So you kind of dab at the juice and you taste it. And what are you able to see? Unfortunately, it won't be much.
A smoky almond flavor.
A smoky almond flavor emanates from the cider. Excellent, excellent. Now the keeper comes and stands before you. Morgoth, no one should suffer splinters in their eye. And I think it's about time we found you that ring. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, I am completely swamped with this gaggle of heroes we have here tonight. And Kath's back is just simply not up to the journey. So, I would love to ask this group of random and very odd, wonderful humans that I see before, and some non-humans I see, what would you like to do? Would you like to join together to help our friend Morgoth? Or
Yes.
would you like to stay at the inn and have perhaps another ginger snap? Yes. We're joining together as a band, perhaps? Party? Band together?
I'm very concerned about this man full of compliments who tasted something of almond, because that's also the taste of cyanide.
Okay.
I fear, my chap, you have been poisoned.
The divination powers were not great for him. An excellent, excellent point. Let me see a raise of hands who would like to join the party. Excellent, excellent. Yes? Fantastic. Well, there must be a little extra something, some liquid courage in that cider for you all to decide to become friends today. What a wonderful thing. Now, we'll go ahead and get each of you some rations. Make sure you're all ready for the journey. The keeper goes ahead and tucks some extra ginger snaps into each of your pockets to make sure you have snacks for the road. And you take your way across the threshold. You go ahead, shake hands with all of these new people you have never really met, but you're excited to go on an adventure with together as you go upon the long road. Ooh, maybe this long road. There we go. All right. So, you go ahead and you find yourselves in a dark forest just on the other side of the tavern. The road is long, and if somebody could, let's go ahead and grab those dice again, and we're going to roll once. Go ahead and roll. Excellent. Did anybody get a 6? Excellent, we have 1 6. Aura, right? Yes, Aura is able to glide gently above all of you. The brambles in the path, the stones in the way have no effect on her as she gently floats about a foot off the ground. The rest of you, did anybody want to roll a 1? Oh, excellent. Every single bit of mud that the road could possibly throw your way is right up in your boots as we speak. You keep finding little stones that you didn't know could fit in between your toes. And in the meantime, as you're about to hit the 2nd mile of the journey, a loud hawk swoops right over you, making you jump and drop one of your tools. Which tool do you drop?
Flashlight?
A flashlight. Also an excellent tool to bring with you, but I'm sorry, it is now stuck in the mud and the batteries have been smashed. The rest of you are trudging along pretty normally. A few hours pass, a couple of butterflies, and you notice that the hairs on the back of your neck start to stick up. The road has gotten colder, a little darker, and as you are approaching a bridge, you see a couple of graves over by the side of the road. I'd like you now to stop and ask, what do you do next? The party is a group. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Just go ahead and let me know what will be your next move before crossing this bridge over, we'll say, a pretty broad rushing river. It's not something you can just cross without the bridge.
Use a raft or build a raft.
Okay, I like this option. Yes, we have an option of a raft. We could build a raft instead of taking the bridge. It looks like a safe bridge. What did you want to build? You have a fishing pole. We could go fishing. We have a raft. Oh, not that one. Sorry. We have a raft and a bridge. Nope, not that one either. That's all right. Raft, fishing pole. Anybody else? You want to investigate the graves. Anybody else want to investigate the graves? She says no.
I think we should throw a small animal like a frog into the water to see if there's sharks.
Oh, excellent. Yes, if anyone has a toad around, the freshwater sharks might go for it. Anybody? We will need a group consensus, so we have a few options. We'll allow the party to talk together and decide what you would like to do next, and you guys can vote if you'd like. Beautiful.
I can build a raft. I got you.
You got it. Ron Swanson takes his mighty axe. Didn't someone else have an axe? Kai, did you have an axe as well? No, okay, I'm sorry. Somebody else had it. You had an axe. Excellent. So you, Aura, and Ron Swanson get together, chopping down trees as Snack stands on the first log and directs everybody on where to put things and how to make sure that the raft is airtight. Does anyone else have a special skill before we go that might help in the assisting of the raft? Yes.
I can teleport to the other side of the bridge and throw a rope.
Does it? What? You have a fishing pole. Ah. All right. Well, would that be like? Would the party like to go ahead and make this raft into more of a ferry? Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can do it. All right. And what was your character's name? Riven, excellent name. Riven is very mysterious, and he pulls out his. Do you need anything in order to apparate?
No.
No, excellent. Riven closes his eyes, thinks really hard, and appears in a rock in the very middle of the river. Your fishing pole is in his hands. What would you like to do next? Okay. Yes, Snack.
I want to use like one of my items, which is like a magic electric sword, to electrocute the water, and then it's fine to swim in after a while.
So we are looking to electrocute the water, so it's safe to swim in.
Yeah.
Would the party like to try this before we start? Yeah? Anybody? All right. We can try. So, and I should remove the other dice. I was being honest. We're just using sixes today. All right. You take your sword up, this mighty electric storm sword. You thrust it up into the sky. A mighty bolt of lightning hits it. You put it down into the muck, and accidentally stub it right into your toe. We hear a little zzz, zzz, and you blink a couple times, and you say, all right, well, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Excellent. Anybody else? How shall we get across the river? I know we had one person wanting to investigate graves. We do have a raft being built. We just need to get it across, and we now have Riven in the middle of the river with a fishing pole. You've decided to take the time and start fishing as a result. And I'm sorry, I heard you first, and then I'll come over here. Yes! Fantastic, yes. We'll see. Actually, you're going to see if you can. Will you roll a dice for me? Hey! Kai gives a mighty fist pump in the air. The knife in her belt says something like, God, what a show off. Ugh. Suddenly, the entire river parts like the Red Sea. And Riven is there holding a string of 3 fish. The entire party jumps for joy. You shake out your toe a little bit, and then go ahead. Everyone crosses the river. Your boots are still muddy. I'm so sorry. Excellent. Now, we hear that things are still getting a little colder. Everything's a little creepier in this end of the woods. And we approach the tomb. The tomb of Amethrode. Sorry, guys. I was like, where's my tomb? Our lady, yes. So we approach the tomb. We hear some different armor, perhaps swords. There's sounds of metal right inside the door of this creepy, dark-looking, decaying tomb. What do you choose to do next? Yes.
would like to listen at the door to see how many people are behind there, if there's anybody.
Great idea. Will you roll for me? Excellent. Would anybody else like to join her and listen at the door? Or is this a solo mission? All right, we've got 2. Excellent. Okay, so go ahead and roll. Excellent. Can we also add a little bit of our wisdom to that as well? You're going to add your wisdom modifier to that. So whatever you had for your wisdom, add it to that number.
7.
7. And a 12. Excellent. You hear some mumbling and some muttering of a few different, and some, maybe some dusty sounds inside. You hear a sound that is distinct, the clacking of bones. What would the party like to do next? Yes.
Like, get prepared. Do you have like any weapons to fight off the monsters?
Oh, okay, I like this. So, would everybody like to take a weapons check? Make sure that the right tools, whatever you'd like to fight with, are in your hands. Excellent. We'll go ahead and take this opportunity, and everyone prepares before the tomb. The tomb door, you can see, has a hefty, sturdy lock on it. It's preventing anyone from getting in. Does anyone have a special skill that might help them get through that door? Yes. A lockpick! Hey! Riven, you rogue. All right, let's go ahead and roll to see what we can do. And we're going to add that dexterity number to it. A 10. Excellent. Riven jauntily, with a casual air, flips his rogue's feather. There's a feather over his ear, and he carefully picks the lock with the ability, not necessarily a genius level art, but he's good at what he does. Excellent. The door creaks open, and suddenly we see 1, 2, 3, 4 skeletons, and the evil cult leader, Guldor, the famous leader of Aranthra. Yes, spiky hands. They are all whispering together, but the door creaking open has interrupted them as you see them gathered around a cauldron boiling with green liquid inside. The skeletons are all, carrying. We have one skeleton with a pair of scissors. He was a tailor. We have one skeleton with a very large choppy chop. And we have another skeleton with another very large choppy chop. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 skeletons and an evil cult lord. Everybody, I would like you to take out your dice, and you're going to roll for initiative. So roll, and then you're gonna then add that dexterity number to it. We got a nat 12! Hey! Snack is ready. Did anybody else get a 12? Go ahead and raise your hands. Anybody else? All right, Snack, we'll have you go first. And let me just see here. Nope. Okay. These are all tailors, it looks like so far, these skeletons. All right, you know what, we'll do him as 4. And 2, 4. Oop, that's a tougher one. And then 6. Excellent. So, Snack, you're going to go first. We're going to have us engage with the different skeletons and the very scary Guldor we see in front of you. What would you like to do?
I want to do my energy blast, my special power.
You have a special power. It's an energy blast. Yeah. Amazing. What does it look like? What does it do?
It blasts enemies.
Amazing. It blasts enemies. Go ahead and do me a favor. Take your dice out, and you're going to roll to see how much power that blast has.
A 2.
A 2! All right. Go ahead and use this one. All right, your 2. You go ahead with your amazing lightning Thor sword, and it gets some lightning, and you point it at the nearest skeleton with your energy blast. But unfortunately, your toe is still itching, buddy. I'm so sorry. And so, instead of going full force, it kind of drips off the side of your sword and gently splashes in a pool in front of, an energy pool in front of the skeleton. And it doesn't do any damage, but it looks kind of cool. Cool uplighting. Yeah, very cool uplighting. All right. Can I ask, did anybody roll 5?
He rolled 5, I rolled 6.
Oh, you rolled 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Can I have you, we'll go ahead and have you go next. What would you like to do?
I will ignore the skeletons and run straight to the cauldron and drink a little bit of it.
You run to the cauldron and drink some of it. We'll find out if you do. Excellent. Will you roll for me? Amazing.
5.
Yes. All right. Knocking skeletons out of his way, Ron Swanson runs to the cauldron. He instantly picks it up in his shaking arms. They're not very strong, but they are doing their best. And he shakes as he chugs a whole bunch of the green liquid. It goes right down his throat. Okay, so you start glowing green instantly. Your eyes have become a vivid chartreuse. And from your fingertips, you are now able to shoot. You are now able to shoot little frogs. They bite. They are not very sharp. Excellent. Anybody else rolling a 5 or 6? No? Yep. Thank you. Excellent. And anybody roll 4? Excellent. All right. You're up next. What would you like to do?
With my other item, the bow and arrow, I would like to take a shot at the leader.
Guldor? Guldor. Excellent. Go ahead and roll for me. Go ahead and roll for me.
6.
6. Excellent. With your bow and arrow, again, you're very impressive at all this. You whip it around your finger off the bowstring and then pull it into an amazing one-swooped arch while you also do a backflip. Guldor is shouting instructions to his undead mercenaries, and your arrow catches him right in the side, right in the liver, right on the side, and it does... Ooh, and it does 6 damage. All right. So, Guldor takes a staggering leap back and he's down, but he's not dead yet, unfortunately. Did anyone roll a 3? Anybody? No? All right, well, now it is the skeleton's turn. So, the skeleton on the left of the party and the skeleton with scissors start running, which you're not supposed to do unless you're a skeleton. In that case, it's okay, I guess. They start running at the party and they attack. They're going to attack Riven and they're going to attack Kai. So Riven takes 4 points of damage, and you're gonna take 3 points of damage. Don't worry about it, you'll bounce back. Your knife goes as you get a little bit of a jab from the scissors. The scissors, it slices kind of over close in your tunic, but it just draws a scratch. It's not terrible. Riven, unfortunately, you've gotten a bony fist to the face as it's punching you 3 times in the face. All right, anybody else? We have one more play because the skeletons have attacked. You all now rally together. I'd like you guys to roll your dice one more time. You guys took a really big hit. All right, everybody have their roles. You guys can work together now as a team because Guldor, he is down, but he's not defeated. And if Guldor goes down, the skeletons go down. So talk amongst yourselves for just a moment and see how you want to deal the final blow to the evil Guldor. Does the party agree? Yes, snack.
I think I want to stab him with my magic electric sword.
Excellent. So, let me just see if I could have you roll, and also if you don't mind rolling for coming up with the situation in the first place, that would be wonderful. And you can roll as well for your magic sword.
I got a 6.
6.
3.
6. Woo! All right. All right. Excellent. Riven does another backflip and cartwheels directly into the stream of toads currently cascading from your fingertips as your eyes are glowing green. Guldor lets out a yell. Never! The god of Erythra shall not be stopped. You expertly, mid-cartwheel, dip your arrow into the back of one of the little toads. It's a blue one. It's very cute. Everybody else is very excited and gives a rallying cry, and whatever you just added to your roll, please keep, or whatever you rolled, keep that number in mind. As you dip, you come up from your wheel and you draw back your bow and send the arrow swinging into Guldor's heart. Right into the heart. He takes a staggering step back, and then did anybody roll a 6? Any 6s this time? Any 5s this time? Oh, 1 5, excellent. Redeemed from the punch bowl, you grab out the last flagon of cider and you throw it to Riven. As he finishes his cartwheel, his hand goes out. He chugs with no further aplomb as Guldor falls to the floor, crashing down, and the skeletons fall apart into a pile of bones. Excellent job, everybody. In Guldor's hand, you see a beautiful ring with many colors, but prominent among them is sky blue, the color of true sight. You bring a beautiful ring back to the inn where the innkeeper greets you with a smile. Well done. You bring the ring to Morgoth, who looks at you with his eye. Well, I guess you're all right. May I have it again? Do you give the ring to Morgoth? You want to try one? Oh, beautiful. Please do. Yes. Okay. 3. Excellent. You are able to see into the future. Morgoth's eye is at rest. The splinters are gone, and yet it's not completely cured. He will always have this glass eye to remind him not to fight duels with wizards. You can't win. However, the poison is gone, and he seems calm and at peace. He says, "Thank you. I would like to give you a talisman now in return." You see that Morgoth looks oddly familiar, maybe like an old friend from that memory you had earlier when you were stepping outside. Morgoth pulls out a talisman from his inner cloak. Now, you know you can't just actually have this yet, right? It's going to be too powerful. So, I will hide this talisman of wonder in your waking day. Sometime you may find it in a conversation, or a little memory with a friend, or staring out of a window. But when you do, this talisman of wonder will remind you of the special ability, the superpower, that you explored today. And you will always be able to have it no matter what realm you travel in. Thank you, everybody, so much. So, just really quickly, that was a fun little role-playing game. First of all, is there anybody here who has played D&D before? Yes, and thank you guys, because you guys were awesome, and this is a very pared-down version, because we had 90 minutes, and just, yes, that was amazing already what you guys were able to do in 90 minutes. Those of you who know, can I ask, did you guys figure anything out or see anything that was kind of cool during the little adventure that we just played together? Yeah.
I really liked how everybody collaborated together on that last attack with the toads and the suggestion for the poison dart frog, and that was amazing.
Yes, incredible, and that is truly why it's one of my favorite things to do with people, is because you can get a bunch of people and there's a stage and all that, but at the end of the day, we get to come together and somebody has the good idea of a very silly joke I made earlier, and taking it, and instead taking a stream of frogs and making it into a superpower or something, and collaborating with everyone together. Did anybody pick up anything that might help them in regular world? Don't go into tombs. As soon as you were like, I want to check out the stones, and you were like, no. Always gonna have a bad time. Anybody else?
Maybe try to just walk over the bridge.
Sometimes just walking over the bridge is fine. I promise you guys there was nothing over the bridge. I was like, oh, okay. I love when that happens. Yeah.
I think we all started with kind of powerful weapons, but at the end of the day, we end up solving a very big problem with something so simple.
Yes. I love that. Maybe that's what your little talisman of wonder is to keep for your days this week. That sometimes all the biggest weapons in the world can do what they do, but sometimes it's really smart people coming together, finding the simple solution. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, go forth, be mighty, and please play D&D with your friends. It's amazing and a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Yay!
Thank you so much, Luna. Everybody give her one more round of applause for
Thanks,
such
guys.
an excellent time.
Beautiful. And if you guys want, the Inn at the End of Things is our podcast. It is available. Again, we work with Michigan actors from all over, and we tell little fun D&D related adjacent stories and folk tales from all over the world to help you guys go to sleep. So check us out wherever you find your podcasts. So the Inn at the End of Things. Thanks, y'all.